Tubridy about his craft on The Late Late Show tonight at 9:35. Now on RTE1, Daniel gets up close and personal with his admirer in Shortland Street.
Oh yes, I like the look of this.
Yeah, I'd like that. Bring the papers here, I'll sign off now. I just bought a boat.
Who are you?
Mum?
TK, can we get a hand here, please?
This doesn't look good. What happened?
Whatever it is, I hit him pretty quick. 1 minute he was at the bar, next minute...
You been drinking?
Just one beer.
As in, he really did only have one beer.
You still on your meds?
Sophie called me. Are you all right? Oh, it'll be a reaction to his antibiotics, which very clearly stated they were not to be taken with alcohol. They contain metronidazole. That's what they give to alcoholics to stop them drinking.
It certainly seems to be working.
Look, I had my last quart. I thought it'd be sweet.
Well, they're still in your system. I told you to take it easy.
I was bored.
What are you, 10?
Let's get some fluids, eh? Simone, can you put in an IV and give him a litre of saline, please?
Can you keep him in for a while, please? I don't want to take any chances.
Hello, don't I get a say in this?
Just a casual observation, mate, but I don't think you're going to win this one.
I was at the solicitor's with your Uncle Garth when that Bernie fellow arrived. The boat broke up.
It's my private business, Mum.
It's trust money. I'm a trustee, for goodness sake. Did you think I wouldn't find out? Oh, I'm so dreadfully sorry for walking in on you. I'm Cecile Worthington. You must be Tanya. I've heard so much about you.
Actually, Tanya and I have parted company. This is Dr. Brooke Freeman.
Hi. It's lovely to meet you, Brooke. You must think I'm a complete monster. Not at all.
Why aren't you in Perth? And what were you doing at the lawyer's? And why isn't Dad with you? Is everything all right?
Let's catch up over dinner. We'll talk then. And I hope to see you again very soon.
Me too.
And now I'll slip away discreetly and leave you to it. That's fine, darling. I'll see myself out. Bye now.
Oh, your mum seems nice.
She's not meant to be here. In the country, I mean, something's up.
Not even a week-old shoe, straight into the skip. Can you smell anything? Like puke? Are you sure? Because I really think that I can still smell it.
Fine, don't be paranoid.
Someone just threw up all over me. I think I have every reason to be. Reassure me again that he didn't eat here.
Of course you didn't. You were with him the whole time. It's probably just a reaction to his meds. He'll be on some fairly grundy pills.
Whatever. Seriously lousy timing. The last thing I need to do is frighten customers away. What's this?
That would be some more ideas to give our profits a kick in the you-know-whats.
Your last great idea almost got us shut down.
Hey, in theory, my drink and rent-a-room idea was pretty sweet.
Get to the point.
All right, okay, so what's the one thing that's working for us at the moment?
Happy hour, half-price drinks.
Exactly, so how do we capitalise on that? One half-price cocktail with every bar snack sold all night.
But our margins on bar snacks are low as it is.
All right, run with me on this. Salty snacks make punters thirsty, right? Thirsty punters drink more while they're finishing salty snacks. A friendly waiter suggests that they stay for dinner. Merry punters say, why not? Ka-ching.
It's not exactly original. But old rules are good rules.
Great. So I will print up some flyers and get it out there.
I guess it can't hurt. Oh, wait, don't spend too much on them.
Okay to come in?
Of course. How'd it go with Mrs. Minifee?
Kind of weird, kind of cool.
Yeah, how so?
She's old and sick, and it's like she thinks we're friends or something. She wants me to keep reading to her after operation and stuff.
Okay, and how do you feel about that?
Okay, I guess.
I mean, so you should. Having you come and see her and read to her might make a big difference to her recovery.
Still freaks me out, though, being there when she had her heart attack.
Well, that's unlikely to happen again, but if it did, you know what to do.
Maybe, but I don't want to be a volunteer anymore.
Unfortunately, it's not negotiable. You made a commitment to help, and...
Only because you forced me.
Whatever the reason, people are counting on you now.
But I won't be able to handle it if someone else tries to cark it in front of me. Please let me stop. I've had my punishment. We're even now. I don't want to be around sick people anymore, especially old ones.
Well, tough it out. Often the things you're dreading the most turn out to be the best.
I understood you'd gone home sick. Yeah, I've just come to collect some work and then it's straight back to bed.
Probably wise. You're looking quite flush.
Leo, applications for the Kendall grant, have I got them all?
Yes, you have.
Excellent. Well, I'll find some time and start going through them. Everything all right?
I was just wondering when you think a decision might be made.
Before the end of next week. But strictly off the record, Brooke, I wouldn't be too concerned. Your application is already really stacking up.
Fingers crossed.
You received the surgical drug audit, I take it?
I did.
A paltry document. Hardly a reflection of the considerable time and effort expended to compile it. Without, might I add, a stitch of assistance from any of the surgeons involved.
Well, someone needed to do it, Luke. And top marks to you for making that audit happen. This sort of accounting efficiency will save us a fortune. Smart man, your boss. Watch him and learn.
Stop fussing. My pillow's fine.
Pity your mood's not improving.
Look, how long do I have to be here anyway?
You should be discharged tomorrow, all going well. And you have no right to complain because you got yourself into this.
How you doing, bro?
The vomiting's calmed down. They're keeping him in for observation.
I don't need another blanket, okay? I'm warm enough.
And we're going to need to bring him some fresh clothes tomorrow because the other ones have been vomited on.
If Dan's here tomorrow, he'll be one of my patients.
Ulla's working as a ward volunteer for the holidays.
That is so cool. We get to hang out together.
Told you it wouldn't be all bad.
Well, thanks, Ulla. That'll make things a lot more bearable.
I hope you're keeping up with your sailing, Harry. Isaac tells me you're quite fearless.
I do sailing and tennis and soccer and rugby. But all I really want to do is play game centre.
Phoenix, on the other hand, is the artistic genius of the family.
I wouldn't say genius.
You're being modest. I've heard you're very talented. My word, you do look like your father.
Fresh ciabatta as requested.
Thank you. Boys, could you start making the salad?
They're far too delicious. If you're not careful, I'll take them home with me.
Please feel free.
Have you forgiven me yet? Caught in flagrante.
What does that mean?
In a bit of a jam on a beautiful boat, which I hope he's not foolish enough to purchase before he buys a house. Can still back out of the deal.
I don't want to.
You bought a boat?
I thought I deserved something for passing my part twos.
Here's hoping your lovely new girlfriend has more sense than you. You can take us both to lunch tomorrow if Brooke's free.
Would you please tell me what you're doing here? I hate guessing games.
Aside from missing my only son and heir, there is something I'd like to share with you. As it happens, I have a new man in my life. It's nice that you think I've still got it in me, but Joseph's no threat to your father. In fact, they're very fond of each other. That's him, 8 years old and as bright as a button. Desmond and I were in Papua New Guinea a few months ago. He was on business and I was bored rigid, so I wandered off the beaten track. And I found an orphanage.
The charity queen strikes again. You can't help yourself, can you?
Shush. What's that on his face? A schwannoma tumour?
That's massive.
And heavy. Weighs 4.5 kilos.
How does he eat or breathe?
With great difficulty and pain on both counts. But I've done a little research and it seems that reconstructive surgery is viable. Your father and I have decided we'd like to pay for it.
There goes the inheritance.
You realise it'll be hugely expensive?
We look on it as an investment in the future. Joseph is so special because there's so much against him and he has this amazing ability to find joy and humour in his life.
Well, I'm more than happy to give advice. I can think of at least one surgeon in Australia who'll be more than competent.
Actually, I'd like to make this a family affair. I'd like Shortland Street to perform the procedure. And if you've no objections, Chris, I'd like you to head the surgical team.
Oh, no, I'm going to turn down something like this as one out of the box.
That is hugely flattering, Cecile. We certainly have the facilities to do it, and I'm sure our CEO will take very little convincing.
We need a big team to tackle it.
You're not kidding. Orthopedic, oral, maxillofacial work, not to mention the cosmetic stuff. Potentially, he'll be 12 hours plus on the table.
You see his latest notes?
Boys, I think dinner is going to be up to us.
Morning.
You're here already?
Yeah. Hey, Dan.
I'll leave you to it. Good to see you're hanging in as a volunteer.
What was that about?
Our patient I was looking after nearly died yesterday.
That doesn't exactly fill me with confidence.
It's okay. It wasn't my fault. She had a heart attack.
So, what do volunteers actually do?
Keep patients company, run errands for them, read to them, get them water if they need it.
Water?
Anyway, whatever you need, I'm your girl. There. So, what can I do for you?
Oh, thanks, but I think I'm going to listen to this one.
Are you sure? Because if you need a magazine or want to watch a movie or something, I could suss it out for you.
Well, maybe you could go down to the cafe and get me a muffin.
What sort?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I'll be quick as anything.
No, I'm chill. I mean, there's no need to rush. I could get used to this.
The tumour started out as a small cyst on Joseph's face. That was when he was 2 years old. At that stage, surgery would have been quick, simple, and relatively painless.
But it was ignored. Well, he was raised in a remote village. There was little access to medical care.
And now, aged 8, the tumour takes up the lower half of his face and accounts for 1/5 of his total body weight.
I see. It'd be a massive undertaking.
I envisage a team of 8 surgeons, specialists, of course. The initial approaches I've made locally have been very positive, and there's also a lot of enthusiasm from Australia.
It'll be our first elite surgery since the merger, assuming, of course, we get the go-ahead.
Well, I don't see how we can turn it down. This is extraordinarily generous of you, Cecile.
Well, if you have the means to make a difference, it's your responsibility to do so.
Oh, Chris, what sort of time frame are we talking?
3 weeks planning and prep for the team. I'll have to do a bit of juggling with elective cases, but that shouldn't be a problem. For the surgery itself, 12 to 14 hours.
OK. What about transport from Port Moresby?
Not an issue. Joseph's staying with us in Perth. Your father's looking after him.
My father?
I told you. He's very fond of Joseph. We both are. So much so that we're considering adoption. How do you feel about having a little brother?
Well, that's great, I guess. To be on my toes now, I've got a vested interest in the patient. Not that I wouldn't have been anyway.
I'm sorry, mate. I've had a thorough look at this, and I'm afraid it's a bit outside your batting range.
Well, I'm hardly a junior anymore. Surely I can be of some use.
Help me out in the lead-up. I'll guarantee front-row tickets to the show.
Do you really have to work here every day?
Right to the end of the holes.
Could you ask Brody to let you off early for once? We could hang out.
Maybe you should play with your girlfriend instead.
Ula, hi. So I thought since the holidays are nearly over, we should make the most of it. Fancy going to the art gallery later?
No way have I got time to do that.
How come?
Hello? I'm on volunteer shift. Which is the best looking muffin, do you think?
That one. What about after your shift?
Sorry, Daniel's in hospital. He's counting on me to look after him. These are way too skanky. I better try sugar.
So what else should we budget for besides the initial surgery?
Once the growth is removed, we'll need to reconstruct a large segment of the jaw. That means bone and tissue grafts. Once they've taken, I'll need to implant a titanium plate to achieve a more natural-looking chin. After that, physical therapy, speech therapy...
Whatever it takes.
I don't see you getting much change out of $200,000.
And that's what we'll pay. And if it'd mean a speedy result, I'll transfer the money today.
You don't muck around, do you?
Life's short. I want Joseph to have as many opportunities as possible.
You really are the most determined person I know.
Count yourself lucky she doesn't take an active interest in your love life.
It can be arranged. I want all my boys to be happy.
Leo, come in, please. Cecile, this is Leo Hofstetter, our executive assistant. Leo comes to us via Geneva, Berlin and Singapore. Leo, Cecile Worthington. A pleasure. As I mentioned on the phone, Cecile will be funding a significant surgical procedure. We'd like to organise a financial transfer from her account into a hospital holding account.
$200,000 today, if possible.
Yeah. Naturally, with such a large amount, security needs to be tight. I'd like you to oversee this personally.
Certainly. If you'll come with me, we'll organise it now.
See you soon.
Chris, I'd like to nail down the details. Obviously, the turnaround will be tight, and I don't want to leave anything to chance.
Let's grab a coffee.
All right.
Look at this.
The Bug Bar.
It's a bar and a restaurant. It's new. It's 2 minutes from here, and their flyers are all over our car park.
The Bug Bar? How dumb a name is that? Man, they spent some money on these.
Probably because they're part of a big Australian chain. They'll have that whole corporate support thing going on. We can't compete with that.
You don't know that.
They open at midday. At the very least, they'll steal our lunchtime trade.
Well, sounds like a mission's in order. Well, let me go down and I'll suss it out and see what we're dealing with.
The good news is that I pretty much have the Kendall grant in the bag.
Glad it's working out for one of us. My mother plans to spend a small fortune on corrective surgery for an 8-year-old Papua New Guinean boy she then plans to adopt, and I don't even get to be on the surgical team.
You're getting a new brother?
It's 200 grand, Brooke. It's a once-in-a-lifetime procedure. 8 specialist surgeons, a massive reconstruction, and thanks to Chris, I get to watch from the gallery.
Maybe you don't have enough experience. I'm sure it's nothing personal.
When my family's footing the bill, it is. I deserve to have a shot.
Did Cecile get hold of you? She wanted to confirm lunch with both of you, I think.
Where do you get off calling my mother by her first name?
She asked me to. As you're aware, I'm assisting with her financial transfer.
Oh, I'm surprised you know how. Or is messing with money the one skill you actually have?
Isaac?
Oh, what's the point of pretending? Took me 5 minutes of phone calls to bust him. What's stopping anyone else?
Sorry about the shoes. I hope they weren't expensive.
Serves me right, they weren't exactly practical footwear for a booze barn. So how you feeling?
Bored. Tell me something interesting. Anything.
Well, a big Australian chain is probably going to put me out of business.
Hey?
They have massive amounts of money to play with, and they're spending it on targeting my customers.
So you've got competition. That happens.
It's the last thing I need. I spent so much time and energy in trying to make the place pay, and now I'm going to have to work even harder.
Well, people are pretty loyal. You know, they'll probably check out the new bar and then come running back to what they know. Must be pretty strange with Kieran being gone.
Be, you know, easier if everything was tied up, but they never found a body, so the whole pub ownership thing is in limbo.
That must be rough.
Should have divorced him when I could have. Then it would be someone else's problem.
Look, you can handle it. You can handle anything.
You reckon?
I got banana. The muffin you wanted?
Oh, yeah.
Right, I should leave you guys to it.
No, don't. We still haven't finished talking.
Sarah said he shouldn't have too many visitors. Why don't I get a coffee with that? You're black with 1 sugar, right?
That's really kind of her, but I'm kind of busy right now. Why don't you go help out some other patients?
Don't be mad, but I'm still majorly confused with the graphs. See, these 3 here keep corrupting when I copy them onto the final document, so I need to know how to save the original data. Otherwise, I have to start over again, and that would majorly suck.
What have I told you before?
That the best way to solve a problem is to figure it out myself.
If you wish to remain in your current position, which I assume you do.
I'll go and figure it out. So, do we get to organise travel stuff too?
Our facial reconstruction patient needs an urgent flight.
Oh, I always thought the patient had to organise that.
What's the measure of an exceptional PA, Bella?
Going the extra mile?
How many times do I have to tell you? Listen, girl, listen and learn.
Before beauty therapy school, I was gagging to be a travel agent. Bonus.
I'd like you to leave.
You're back already?
The other patients were boring, so I thought I might just hang out here.
Or won't you get into trouble for not hanging out with them?
No, it's voluntary, so I can pretty much do what I like. And since you're here, I want to hang out with you because you're way more fun. Need anything?
No, I'm completely fine.
Sweet, because I borrowed this laptop so we could watch a DVD together.
Maybe later, eh?
Duh, you'll probably be going home later. I got the Russell Brand movie. You said you hadn't seen it? We could watch it now.
Yeah, I guess.
Yay!
Yay.
I must have left the DVD in my bag. I'll be right back.
Man, could she be any more full on?
Young love.
Eh? Dude, she's like my little stepsister or something.
Boy.
So?
I could sugarcoat it and tell you that the place was a total pigsty, but
It was a palace.
you should have seen it, Soph. The place was totally blinged out. They've got the menus, the look,
Oh,
the sounds.
so unfair.
Sorry, but it gets worse.
What? How can they possibly afford to do that? It's like they deliberately set out to annihilate us. And they've done their homework. They've studied our customer base. They know exactly where we're making the most money and where we're falling short. If we don't keep pulling in the same figures as we are now, then it's over.
Looks like there's only one option left then, eh?
Quit while we're ahead.
No. Pull up your big guns and fight back.
So you're comfortable with a little media activity around the case?
Oh, the procedure itself, yes, but on the understanding that Joseph's and the family's privacy is respected as much as possible.
Oh, of course.
Oh, sorry to interrupt.
How can I help?
Well, the presentation with the graphs, I'm having a few issues, and I was wondering if we could extend the deadline a teeny bit.
Will tomorrow do?
Well, you must be Mrs. Worthington. I'm Bella, Callum's PA.
Hello, Bella.
I can't wait to meet Joseph. Oh, and if you need me to organise the pickup from the airport today, I'm super happy to do that too. Will a car be okay, or does he need an ambulance?
Sorry, I'm a little confused. Joseph's not arriving today.
Oh, but I saw Leo booking his flights on the internet.
I'm sure you must have been mistaken, Bella.
Oh, I thought that too. I mean, I thought that patients had to organise their own flights, but Leo said this was different. He was going the extra mile. He was paying from it from the hospital account and everything.
The risk of sounding a little paranoid.
Oh, yes, just the man.
I'm on my way out.
I won't hold you up. I've been thinking about your drug audits and more efficient ways...
Leo, have you spoken to Mr. Foster?
Who?
The guy who wants a bigger TV. What's up with you?
Nothing. I'll have to go.
Well, don't forget Mr. Foster, or else I'll be coming to get you.
I'll walk with you.
No, you won't. Now, just stay away from me, you freak. Okay, he might be up in surgical or down in the cafe. Bella, please go and check. He's hoping we're getting way ahead of ourselves.
Just tell me the money's still there.
Come on, come on. Your money was deposited, all right. Quickly transferred elsewhere.
$200,000. Gone.
Fair City celebrates its 25th birthday this week, and RTE Player are marking the occasion with a behind-the-scenes special and the very first episode of the drama. You can see those online at rte.ie/player. Next today, Jimmy treats a woman who thinks she has seen a ghost in Doctors after the break.